Hey Lunatics, what's up? It's a Silent Reviews here coming at you guys with my 205 Live and NXT review. We had the finale of the Cruiserweight Championship tournament, and then we had the future of the NXT title addressed in tonight's show. So, let's see what happened. So on 205 Live, we have the Cruiserweight Championship tournament finals, or semifinals, or whatever, with Tony Nese and Cedric Alexander main eventing the show. So the show started off with Drake Mavericks going over the past 2-3 weeks of matches from the tournament and how Tony and Cedric made it to the finals. So first, Tony, he took out Kalisto, and then he took out Drew Gulak. So that's how we got to Cedric. Cedric took out Akira Tozawa and Oni Lorcan to get to the finals and face Tony Nese. So here we are in the finale of this tournament. So the show started off. Mike Kanellis came down with Maria. He has fully shaved his head now. I had no idea why, but it looks good on him. So we have a clean-shaven Mike Kanellis, and it's a huge improvement for his look as a whole. Maria cut a promo in the ring, putting over Mike, and got a mild reaction, so she called the fans lazy, disrespectful, and rude, just like Drake Maverick. Akira Tozawa entered to face Mike, while Maria scowled on disapprovingly. Nigel McGuinness said it's a shame that Mike is in a must-win situation, while Aiden English said that Mike deserves it for losing so much, which is true. Tozawa bullied Mike around for a bit before getting flash cradled for the 2 count. Tozawa landed a standing senton for 2 and went for a suicide dive, but Mike hit a super kick and got the 2 count. McGuinness talked about Mike being frustrated. It took him 16 years to make it to the WWE and said he wishes things had gone better for him. Tozawa then lands a snap rana and a shiny wizard before hitting a gorgeous missile dropkick for 2. He got the iron octopus, but Mike escaped and landed a spine buster. They fought up top and Mike hit a super landslide for the 2 count. Mike slapped himself and Maria told him to put Tozawa in his place. He hits a series of elbows, but Tozawa avoided the crossroads for it, hit a tornado kick instead. He then went for the senton off the top, but Maria blocked him, so Tozawa just went to the other side. But Mike got his knees up and hit crossroads for the win. So Mike Kanellis defeats Akira Tozawa in probably his first victory in 205 Live since his debut, which is crazy. So I don't know what that sets up for Mike Kanellis for next week, but we'll see. Alexander was asked about his mindset tonight and said he's confident because last year he was in the same spot and won. Murphy and Nese came in, while with Nese saying he's faced off with Alexander before and he's better than ever, while Alexander's the same. Murphy said Alexander was good enough to become a champion, but not good enough to keep it. Nese said he's not a sidekick. Alexander brought up what will happen to Nese and Murphy's friendship if Nese wins, and Nese feigned not being insulted by Alexander, calling him Murphy's sidekick. And then they both went over how we have victories over each other, I have victories over you, and then you have victories over me. So we'll see who the best man is going to be to fight Buddy Murphy at WrestleMania. And then it was announced for next week, we have the Lucha House Party taking on Drew Gulak, Jack Gallagher, and Humberto Carrillo in a 6-man tag team match. It's going to be interesting to see how Carrillo teams up with Gulak and Gallagher, being that they've been trying to align him to join them or whatever. So I guess we'll see what happens. We get into the main event, Tony Nese versus Cedric Alexander in the number 1 contenders tournament finals. Nese worked Alexander over for a while with Nese worked Alexander over for a while with a variety of arm locks on the mat. Alexander ducked the springboard moonsault and hit the springboard crossbody for the 2 count. He got a far too loose handstand head scissors, but Nese bumped for it anyway. Alexander got a chin lock and a basement hesitation dropkick for a 2. He went for an apron PK, but Nese tripped him up and trapped his knee in the buckle. Nigel McGuinness talked about Alexander hurting his knee in prior matches and this being a perfect way to attack. Nese then hit a flying forearm and worked on the jaw for a bit. A Northern Light suplex hit for Nese before Alexander landed a dropkick for the knee and then another to the jaw. Nese's pump handle Michinoku driver hit for the 2 count. It was a great near fall in theory and execution, but the crowd had no reaction for it at all. Nese got 2 off a rope drop double jump moonsault. That's a tongue twister right there. They had the best setup to that kind of spot in ages, with Alexander flailing around and try to reach the other rope with one hand to get a solid grip. Cedric then hits a slash Michinoku driver for a 2 count. They fought each other on top of the rope and punched one off the other to the floor, which was a pretty nasty bump because both men landed hard on their backs, leading to a "Please Don't Die" chant. They both came in at literally 9.5 before the referee could make the 10 count, and their legs got caught up going for double super kicks, which was a really nice spot there. Alexander escaped to hit the super kick for the 2 count. NESE avoided a superplex and kicked Alexander down for a 450, got the 2 count. NESE trapped him in the corner for the running knee, but Alexander hit the Spanish fly for another 2 count. Alexander hits the lumbar check, and Tony Nese kicks out. The crowd is now going insane. It got the crowd on their feet with a "This is awesome" chant, and McGuinness said that other than Nese, the only man to kick out of that move was Murphy himself. Alexander went for another one, but Nese got a victory roll and was countered with a 2 count. Nese landed a running knee, then hit the corner running knees to win, and now Tony Nese has defeated Cedric Alexander in the tournament finals, and he will be going on to WrestleMania to take on Buddy Murphy for the Cruiserweight Championship. And this is gonna be fucking great, man, because I wouldn't have cared if Cedric won, but nobody wanted Cedric to win, being that they're basically calling him the Roman Reigns of 205 Live. Because he's always just winning matches and he's getting championships and shit. So it was nice to see somebody else win for once. And I'm a big fan of Tony Nese. I think he's definitely going to be a Cruiserweight champion someday. And if that happens at WrestleMania, then I'm all for it, man. So we have Tony Nese and Buddy Murphy at WrestleMania for the Cruiserweight title. But after the match, Nese and Alexander, they shook hands. They hugged it out. And Cedric walked away. Murphy's music hit, he hugged Nese and told him to look at the WrestleMania sign. Then all of a sudden, when Nese had his back turned, he gets hit with the V-trigger knee when he gets turned around. Well, that's what we get for trying to point to the sign. Let it be a lesson to him that no one comes from it. Murphy stood on top of Nese to close the show, holding the title. And this was a fan-fucking-tastic main event with Tony Nese and Cedric Alexander, man. I fucking loved it. These two never failed to disappoint. So moving to NXT, we get the future of the NXT title addressed on the show. And it kicks off with Triple H heading to the ring with the NXT Championship. He gets a huge pop. He talks on the mic, talks about NXT a bit. Says dreams can become possibilities in NXT. He says those dreams can end at any moment, though. That is the reality. He initially was there to announce the NXT champion Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano at NXT TakeOver New York. But Ciampa needed neck surgery and had to relinquish the title. 237 days. Gargano will still compete for the title, but his opponent has yet to be revealed, as we'll be finding out in the main event who Gargano will be facing at NXT TakeOver New York for the NXT title, vacant title. And Triple H announces there will be a fatal 5-way match. Ricochet versus Adam Cole, baby, versus Aleister Black versus the Velveteen Dream, the NXT North American Champion, versus Matt Riddle. Gargano versus the winner will be a 2 out of 3 falls match for the NXT title. This is fucking great, man. I mean, I was kind of expecting the tournament, but like I said last week, we knew that Triple H has something up his sleeve, and this is fucking great. So we'll see what happens. Backstage, Kathy Kelly bumps into Kona Reeves. I mean, I don't give a fuck about this guy. This guy's fucking trash. He's god-awful. I could care less. He gets asked about the reactions for tonight's main event. He says it'll be alright, but it won't be the finest. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking dumbass, man. God, he's trying to rip off fucking Velveteen Dream. He's trying to copy AJ Styles' hair. Like, dude, he's fucking awful. I hate him. The Forgotten Sons come, and she asks them the same question. They don't care about tonight's match. They just care about the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Finals match against Ricochet and Black, which will be taking place next week. And the winners will be going on to NXT TakeOver New York to take on the War Raiders for the NXT Tag Team titles. They are actually happy Black and Ricochet are in tonight's main event, because their minds will be elsewhere. Backstage, Ricochet and Black understand there's no hard feelings. It's about going after the most important title in NXT. Ricochet says they might have to pull double duty with the titles. Black says everyone will have to fade to black. Dream says the spotlight is only big enough for one man, and the outcome is tonight is Dream over. And he snaps his fingers. And then he says that he'll become a dual champion in NXT. Footage is shown of Ciampa going into Birmingham, Alabama for his neck surgery. The doctor said it could take up to 1 year to recover from the surgery. Holy shit. We hear from Riddle before tonight's match. He says he's worked his ace off to get his opportunity. He fully plans on winning and taking the title at TakeOver, bro. Cole then says there isn't a person that deserves the title more than him. He reminds us 2 years ago at the Barclays Center, he made his NXT debut by taking out Drew McIntyre, who won the NXT title at the time. And in a few weeks, he'll be holding the title over his head. Backstage, Io Shirai and Kairi Sane are excited to see tonight's main event. Kathy Kelly then asks them about the upcoming Fatal 5-Way match, or Fatal 4-Way match rather. Despite being friends, they have no problem going against each other to get a shot at the title. Belair shows up and she says they shouldn't have to get an opportunity for the title. It should be her. So she'll just have to run through both Sane and Shirai to get the title because her mindset is undefeated. We move into the main event. This was just like Tony Nese and Cedric Alexander, man. This was a fucking show stealer. This is probably going to be the best match on NXT TV all year long. Adam Cole versus Velveteen Dream versus Ricochet versus Aleister Black versus Matt Riddle, with the winner advancing at NXT TakeOver New York to take on Johnny Gargano in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the vacant NXT Championship. The crowd with an "all these guys" chant as they all start swinging on each other. Dream and Ricochet are left alone in the ring. Dream looking for the Dream Valley driver early on. Nope. Big kick by Black. He's tripped up by Adam Cole on the floor. Black with a massive kick to Cole's chest. Dream knocks Black down to the floor. Ricochet heads in, uses his agility to drop Dream and kick him out of the ring. Riddle in the ring. Hits the 3 gut-wrenches suplex in a row on Ricochet. Cole back in, and he kicks Riddle's head. Ricochet and Black team up on Cole, quickly dispatching him, leaving just the 2 in the ring. He goes for a handshake. Cole whacked Ricochet from behind, sending Black to the floor. Cole with a neckbreaker on Ricochet, covered for the 2 count. Dream goes against Adam Cole, smacks him in the face a bunch, climbs to the top. He hits a double axe handle on Black, and then lands another on Cole on the outside. Dream goes back up to the top rope in the ring. Riddle catches him and hits a release German suplex. Nice spot there by Riddle. He goes for the bro mission on Black, but Dream breaks that up. Black recovers and hits a second rope moonsault for the 2 count. Kicks Dream. He lifts Dream with his foot, but Cole yanks him out to the floor, sends him to the steel steps. Cole gets back into the ring. He faces off with Matt Riddle. Crowd with a bro chant as they land back and forth shots. Bro mission on Cole, but Dream again breaks it up. Everyone lands big kicks now. Riddle and Black end up kicking each other at the same time, and all 5 guys are down now. That was a great spot, and the crowd is now going insane. The crowd with a big NXT chant. All 5 end up in the second, third ropes, and everyone ends up crashing down to the mat. Black hits a German suplex on Dream, running senton on Black's midsection by Riddle. Cole gets into the ring, lands a big super kick to Riddle. Neckbreaker over his knee, and he gets the cover, hits a 2 count. Ricochet able to stop the count. Cole with 2 super kicks to Ricochet, looks for the last shot, but Ricochet ducks and he hits a reverse round on Cole, who ends up rolling out to the floor. Ricochet with a handspring flip to the floor on Cole, which was fucking great, man. Jesus Christ. Riddle gets the bro mission on Dream, but Cole pulls the referee out of the ring. And Aleister hits the Black Mass on Riddle. Riddle's taken out. Dream hits the Dream Valley driver on Black, heads to the top rope, but Ricochet flips him down to the others. Ricochet backs up, hits a huge shooting star press on Riddle. It looks like Ricochet is going to go for the pin and for the victory. All of a sudden, Adam Cole comes in, and he takes his knee pad down, hits the last shot to the back of Ricochet's end. 1, 2, 3, and Adam Cole, baby, is advancing to NXT TakeOver New York. We'll be getting Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the NXT Champinship at NXT TakeOver New York. This is going to be one hell of a match. I cannot wait for this. It's going to be fucking great, man. As much as we anticipated, we would have loved to see Gargano and Ciampa face off one last time for the NXT title, with Gargano capturing the title finally. We're just going to be getting Adam Cole, baby, instead, and it's 2 out of 3 falls. So I would not care who wins, because I love both Gargano and Cole, baby. So we'll see what happens. And this was a very quick video, I know, but like I said, not much stuff happened on both 205 Live and NXT. We just had 2 matches, and we had the big Fatal 5-Way match. We had no women's matches. We had no tag team matches. All we had was the huge Fatal 5-Way match, because the NXT title had to be addressed. We had to figure out who's going to be facing Gargano at TakeOver New York in the 2 out of 3 falls match for the vacant title. And next week, we have the tournament finals, the Dusty Road Tag Team Classic finals, Ricochet and Aleister Black versus the Forgotten Sons, Wesley Blake and Steve Cutler. That's going to be fucking great. and the winner will be advancing to TakeOver, like I said, to be taking on the War Raiders for the tag team titles. I thought I could have sworn Keith Lee was gonna fight Dijakovic tonight. I don't know if that's being saved for next week or 2 weeks ahead, but I'm pretty sure they said it was gonna be for next week, which was tonight. But Marlo even said on commentary that we were supposed to get more action, but being that the Ciampa had to relinquish the title, this is the first time in NXT where somebody had to relinquish the title. It changes up the plans. Triple H had to rewrite all the plans for NXT TakeOver New York, and we had to go straight into the Fatal 5-Way match since we had to find out who was going to be taking on Gargano. So that pretty much wraps up my review for 205 Live and NXT on the channel, guys. So if you enjoyed my review, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, favorite, RKO the like button out of nowhere. Tap the bell if you get all my notifications, future uploads. And tomorrow, guys, we've been waiting for 2 weeks now, but tomorrow is the finale of Chris's movie. The War Against Ronald McDonald, part number 4, is going up. It's going to be filmed tomorrow. We're filming in the forest behind my house. It's going to be fucking great. Daniel's going to be here. Emmanuel's going to be here. Chris, Richard, we're all going to be here. It's going to be fucking great. I cannot wait. We're going to hang out afterwards. We might do some other videos for you guys. But, yeah, just stay tuned. And, yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. I don't even know what video I have next planned. But, we'll see what happens. So, till then, I'll see you all in the next one. Too sweet.